Welcome to this lesson on light waves and how we use trigonometry to understand them. Have you ever wondered how light travels through space or why it has different colors? The answer lies in the beautiful mathematics of sine and cosine functions. Today, we will explore the connection between math and the physical world of light. First, let's define what light actually is. Light is an electromagnetic wave. This means it is made of energy that travels through space. Specifically, it consists of electric and magnetic fields dancing together. Imagine a rope shaking up and down. That is similar to how these fields oscillate. The electric field moves one way, and the magnetic field moves perpendicular to it. Because this motion repeats perfectly over and over, we can use trigonometry to describe it. Here is the mathematical model of a wave. We use the formula y equals a times sine of kx minus omega t. Don't let the symbols scare you. Y simply represents the strength of the wave at any point. The sine function gives us that smooth, curving shape you see on the screen. This formula allows scientists and engineers to predict exactly how light will behave, from the screen you are watching this on to the radio signals in the air. Let's break down the parts of that formula. The letter A stands for amplitude. Visually, this is the height of the wave from the center line to the peak. In the real world of light, amplitude controls brightness. A wave with a low amplitude is dim light. A wave with a high amplitude carries more energy and appears as bright light. So, when you use a dimmer switch, you are essentially changing the amplitude of the sine waves coming from the bulb. Next, let's look at the length of the wave, known as wavelength, represented by the Greek letter lambda. This is the horizontal distance between two peaks. This distance determines the color of the light we see. Red light has a long wavelength, around 700 nanometers. Blue light waves are much shorter and squished together, around 450 nanometers. Our eyes are basically biological trigonometry sensors that measure these lengths. Closely related to wavelength is frequency. Frequency is how many waves pass a specific point every single second. It is measured in hertz. There is a simple rule: high frequency means high energy. Notice the blue wave on the bottom? It vibrates much faster than the top wave. This is why ultraviolet light or X-rays can be dangerous. They have such a high frequency that they carry enough energy to damage cells. One of the coolest things waves do is interfere with each other. Since they are just math functions, we can add them together. If two waves line up peak to peak, they add up to make a bigger, brighter wave. This is constructive interference. However, if a peak lines up with a valley, they cancel each other out completely, creating darkness. This is called destructive interference, and it is exactly how noise-canceling headphones work. Finally, realize that the light we see is just a tiny fraction of what exists. This is the electromagnetic spectrum. To the left, we have radio waves with huge wavelengths. To the right, we have gamma rays with tiny wavelengths. Visible light is that small slice in the middle. All of these are the exact same type of wave, following the same trigonometric rules, they just have different frequencies. To wrap up, remember these key points. Light is an electromagnetic wave modeled by sine and cosine. The amplitude of the wave controls brightness. The wavelength controls the color. Frequency controls the energy. And finally, waves can add together or cancel out through interference. Trigonometry is not just an abstract math topic, it is the language of the light and energy all around us.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.